We will continue with grammar. Today's title is Words and Expressions, but words and expressions of what kind, that is what we are looking at, not to be confused with vocabulary and word meanings, but how words are formed, how words and expressions are used in grammatical contexts, in written contexts, in spoken form. We are going to do countable and uncountable nouns. We will be doing ordinals, which are like cardinal and ordinal numbers, which is an integral part of your written communication. We will be doing quantifiers, approximations, emotive words, words that express some kind of emotion, all right. And then compound words as distinguished from compound sentences. So, we need to have that distinction very clear. So, let us look at the slide here. First slide, please take a look at it. Uncountable nouns in English, just an overview, is not the complete exhaustive list. I am very sure that if you look it up, you will get plenty of words and you will be surprised that so far you have been trying to make plurals of these words, but actually these words can be used as as a singular as well as plurals. They are not countable. For example, words such as accommodation, advice, baggage, behavior, bread, cash, clothing, crockery, countryside, you cannot say accommodations. Whether you have one accommodation or whether you have changed several accommodation over the years, it still remains accommodation. Look at the slide, please. Advice. Advice is used here as a noun. When it becomes advice, it is a verb. My father advised me to become an engineer. I got a good advice from my friends. That's so noun and verb change in spelling. So, we never say gave me very good advices. Pieces of advice is the way you look at it when you change it into plural. We never say I lost my baggages at the airport, you lost your baggage. You do not say students should be on their best behaviors, whether it is 1 or 1000, it is always behavior. You do not say I eat breads every morning, I eat bread, whether 1 or 2 or more than that. I do not say I am carrying cashes with me. You always say, whether it is small amount or huge amount, it is always cash. Clothing is another tricky word, so simple in spelling and meaning, but people get so confused. So, we do not say clothings, we say cloth and clothes, but clothing remains as it is. Crockery and countryside, again crockery, cutlery, we do not say crockeries and countrysides, countryside as in rural area. Please look at the slide here. The next slide, I have tried to bring in as much as possible. When you say tea, I drink tea every morning. So, whether you want, or I drink tea throughout the day. So, you do not say I drink teas throughout the day. But if you go to a restaurant and order for tea, so you would always say 2 teas please. So, that is the difference. There you mean 2 cups of teas for 2 people. 1 tea, 3 coffees please. But you do not say I drink lots of coffees. Sugar again, whether little sugar, more sugar, it is sugar, or you say sugar cubes, and the British also use the expression lumps of sugar or sugar lumps. Water is always in plural or as it is unchanged, it is uncountable. You may say liters of water, but not waters. Same goes for air, same go for rice, do not say rices and wheats. Knowledge is again important. We hardly ever say knowledges or educations. It's always my father had to pay for the education of 3 children. You don't have to say three educations for 3 children. Okay, beauty is beauty. Okay, you do not. But when you say beauties, you mean several. Sometimes people use the word beauties in the context of cars as well. So that car is a beauty. Okay, so it's, all these beauties are they yours? So many cars you possess. So in that context, you can say beauty. Okay, but beauty by itself is uncountable. Same goes for anger, fear, all these are emotive words. Please pay attention to that. Love, money again, we never say monies. We never say, we always say money, little money, lots of money. Research, yeah, in certain contexts we can say conducting several researches, okay, but you have to look it up in what context. Safety, safety first, not safeties first. Gathered lots of evidence, evidence always, not evidences. Take a look at this slide please and go through the words which are uncountable in written and spoken contexts. We don't say progresses, we don't never say newses. These are important words, please keep in mind. We don't say lux, funds or works. When we say works, it is in a very different connotation or context, like water works, electrical works, but not I have lot of works to do. Water, rice, cement, gold, milk, all these elements of different kinds you do not say, we do not count them. Weather, thunder, lightning, rain, snow, okay, and never say furnitures, whether there is not enough furniture, less furniture, only one piece of furniture, it is always pieces of furniture. And we absolutely do not say equipments. Your laboratory has lots of equipment, not equipments. Rubbish, luggage, like baggage, money, permission, research, traffic, travel, all these things are uncountable. Look at the slide here. She has long brown hair. Whether it's scanty hair or thick hair, it's always hair, not hairs. But when you say, my mother is getting a few grey hairs now, it refers to individual hairs. So, then you, in that context you can say grey hairs. But my mother has grey hair, so it's hair, not grey hairs. My mother is getting lots of grey hairs or a few grey hairs. A knowledge of French is essential. Bits of news, not newses. Knowledges of language is not there, is inaccurate. Knowledge of French. She is reading the news and not the newses. Can I have 2 teas, not and 1 coffee. So, in this context you can say teas, but not otherwise. Here what you mean is 2 cups of tea and 1 cup of coffee. Please look at the slide here. She has been studying hard and has made a lot of progress, not progresses. There is no work to do here, so you can go home if you like. You don't say works is over, work is over. This milk's a bit old, don't drink it. A knowledge of statistics and basic computing. Statistics by itself is plural, whether in whatever context you want. So, it has an S, mathematics again. Mathematics is also the way you don't make it plural. Remember, there are some nouns that use a plural form. Some nouns always have plural form, but they are uncountable because we cannot use numbers with them. For example, I bought 2 pairs of spectacles. not I bought 2 spectacles. How many, when you say how many sugars do you want in your tea, which means how many spoonfuls or sugar cubes or sugar lumps. In that context, sugars is okay. Look at the slide here now, and this is an exercise for you. We will solve it, but please try to solve this on your own. She has been in politics for a long time. All the riches of the world couldn't get him peace of mind. The proceed of the sale will be given to charity. He had taken great pain to pass the exam. The auditorium echoed with applauses after the performance. Take a moment and look at it. Look at the answers. The correct form is she has been in politics for a long time, or politics always with an S. All the riches, so you don't say all the, so the sentence itself is correct. You say all the riches of the world. In that context, you can use. But when you say the rich, all over the world, okay, the rich all over the world have this complaint that they are being overtaxed. So when you this means you mean the very rich people, the rich people. Okay, so you don't say the richest people. All the riches of the world couldn't get him peace of mind. Correct. The proceeds of the sale will be given to charity. So the word is proceeds. He had taken great pains. I am in pain, but you take great pains. It's an idiomatic expression. So he had taken great pains to pass the exam. And the auditorium echoed with applause after the performance. Applause is always in singular. Look at this exercise, countable, uncountable nouns. Try to work it out, take a moment. Money, fun, health, jewelry, leisure, ice, noise, proof. And here are your answers. Money, there is no change. Fun, no change. Health, always no change. Jewelry, we do not say lots of jewelries. We do not say beautiful sceneries. So, no change. Leisure, we can say leisure facilities, leisure activities, but otherwise leisure is leisure, no change. Ice, no change. And noise, lot of noise, or I hear lot of street noises, but otherwise by itself no change. From here we will move on to ordinals and cardinal numbers. Remember, cardinal numbers are simple 1, 2, 3, 4 to till infinity. These are the cardinal numbers. Ordinal numbers are formed by adding ST or RD or TH to the cardinal numbers. For example, we say first, second, third, and so on. Now, please take a look at this spelling, this slide. Many a time students do make mistakes while writing these spellings, these words. Spellings are important. 5th, 8th, 12th, look at the, pay attention to the way it's written, 20th, 40th, 100th, 54th. So, I am just giving you some basic examples. If you have any doubt about your spelling abilities, then don't always rely on the spell check on your computer. Try to improve your spelling skills. Look at the slide here, and this is how we express fractions, especially in communication. 1 1/2, 2/3, 2 1/3. This is it's not 21/3, but 2 1/3. A quarter, please look at the spelling of quarter. 4/5, 8 3/4, 14, 16. So, this is the way we write fractions. From here we move on to do approximation. Now what is approximation? It may happen while doing while writing an essay for some competitive purpose, you want to express um, some data or statistics. You are, or maybe you are interpreting a chart or a graph. Now you are not too sure whether uh, the information that is given to you is exactly that, exactly 78,000 or just about there, in between, falling somewhere between 78 and 79. What do you do that? You approximate. So, you say around 78,000 or almost 78,000. So, those words are called approximative words. Okay, so, look at the slide here. I am just giving you examples when you are not exactly sure about um, the numbers, the data. This is the way to express it. For instance, you say about 4 years, around 1,000 rupees, approximately 400,000, more than 5 meters long, below 30,000 feet, only 30 rupees, children under 14. So, it is not exactly 14, it could be any range below 14 are not allowed. At least 3 hours. Okay, this movie may be longer, but at least 3 hours. Do not expect it to be less than 3 hours. Less than 20 miles, more or less 6 times. So, these are the expressions that you use while trying to express approximation. From there we will move on to do quantifiers. You know that quantifiers denote quantity or amount. Words such as many, a, few, fewer, several, etc. So, they are quantifiers, some commonly or frequently occurring quantifiers. They occur only with plurals. For example, you can say, I have found several errors in your work. So, several. Many a student is not submitting the assignments on time. Now, please note, we say many students are not submitting, but we say many a student is not submitting. Okay, there is a difference. Remember, the word little is related to mass nouns. Okay, little milk, little water. Also, abstract nouns like help. She had very little help from her colleagues. Say whatever little money you have. You should notice that the expressions a little and a few, they mean some. A little, a few, that means there is something. It means some. But when you say little or few, it means not much. There is some positive connotation with a little and a few. Little and few mean not much. Okay, so when you say I got little help from people, that means there was nothing much, but there was something. But I did all this with a little help. A little automatically or immediately signify that there wasn't much. So, the difference is in the quantity, some and much, some and not very little, extremely little, it does not even matter. Let us move on to look at this slide now. These are quantity phrases with countable nouns, always a good idea to use them in your written communication. A great number of, a good number of, a large number of, a lot of, lots of, plenty of. These are the expressions that you can use while expressing your data or number related graphs or charts or those types of questions. Look at the slide here. Quantifying phrases to express mass nouns, a great deal of help, a great deal of support, a good deal of, a large amount of, a lot of, lots of. From there I will move on to describing emotions, emotive words. We are often expected in written communication to describe or report emotive behavior, how we felt about something. This could be related to the quality of service you have received or hospitality that you have received. Sometimes you may be asked to express an opinion. Look at the slide here, and these are some of the words which can come in handy. Look at the slide and look at the words: alarmed, surprised, dismayed, furious, annoyed, taken aback, overwhelmed, underwhelmed. So, all these are good expressions to use in your communication wherever you are expected to express emotions or opinion. Now, do this exercise. Take a look at this slide and fill in the blanks using the words that are highlighted. The words that you should use, and use one word for one blank, do not repeat. It is a pity, it is amazing, alarmed, resentful, laugh at, wisely, I am afraid. He did not accept the offer, that she survived the crash. The house is not on the market, comma, he is dash of other people's success. We are dash staying at home during this stormy weather. We were dash at his behavior. The audience always dash this comedian's jokes. Take a moment. And here are the answers. Take a look at. It's a pity he did not accept the offer. It's amazing that she survived the crash. The house is not on the market, I am afraid. Now look at the way I am afraid is used here. It comes at the end. It may also come at the beginning. I am afraid the house is not on the market or in the market. I am not going to sell the house. I am afraid. It's a nice way of saying I am sorry. Can you help me? I am afraid I am too busy. It's one way of saying no. Next word, he is resentful of other people's success. Resentment is an emotion. We are wisely staying at home during this stormy weather. We were amazed at his behavior. The audience always laughed at this comedian's jokes. So, these are emotions. And from there we move on to compound words. Compound words are those words which are formed with two bases. See, every word has a base. Game, okay, is a base word. Okay, you can even think of a long word. Okay, but this is the base. But let's say background. Backbite. Okay. Now, when you say backbite, it does not exactly mean that you have brought two words together and you are saying someone is biting someone's back. Okay. So, there is a difference. So, two words come together, two bases come together, but you do not have to break them apart to look at the meanings. The meanings is not the way you would use. So, it is not back and bite or biting someone's back. So, words such as knitwear or sleepwalk or background, all these are compound words. They are brought together by joining two words. They have different meanings, but when they come together, the meaning changes. Now, look at the exercise here. Look at the slide, please. Match the following and how compound words are formed. Remember, they are always one word written as one, and also sometimes in some cases they may appear as with a hyphen. So, be careful about how you express yourselves. So, on one hand you have bee, earth, firing, back, dress, flash, day, and then on the right side you have words such as quake, squad, sting, dream, light, maker, ache. Take a moment and match the words. And let's look at the answers now. It's bee sting. So, one word, earthquake, firing squad, backache, dressmaker, flashlight, and daydream. Now, think daydream. It doesn't mean that you're dreaming in the day, it's an idiomatic phrase, turn of the phrase. It means that trying to do which is not really, we are not working hard enough to achieve that. Okay, so you just sit there and daydreams that one day something better would happen, but just daydreaming about it won't make it materialize. So that's the meaning. Okay. So these are just quick pointers and tips that I wanted to give you in today's class. Please go through all these. You never know in which area you might end up making a mistake that may cost you your marks. So, do go through it whenever you find the time. Thank you very much.